Would you believe me if I told you that I drove for less than 30 minutes from the center of Athens and found myself at the mythical cradle of the history of wine? You probably wouldn't, would you? Well, you'd be wrong, because I did. And I'm actually at the ancient shrine of God Dionysus, the god of food, of wine, of gastronomy, of festivals, of good fun. This is it. It dates back to the 6th century BC. And this is where it all started. My name is Ted Lelekas, and today I want to share with you a fantastic experience full of food, wine, and amazing sceneries, unbelievably close to the center of Athens. After all, there's only one thing I want: to see you in Greece. So here I am at the Kokotos estate in the area of Stamata, in the northern suburbs of Attica. I came here because there's a 40-year-old winery, one of the best in the region, and it's quite historic actually. But there's much more to it. Things that everyone can do, from the family to the most eclectic tourist. And that's what I'm about to show you, if you follow me. What always amazes me when I come here is how you can find all this beauty, all this serenity, but also amazing things to do so close to Athens. How many visitors like this do you get, like, every year?
Well, at the moment, visitors who come to do a tour of the vineyard and the winery and taste wine, it's around 1,000.
Oh, okay.
But if you include the cultural events, the guests at weddings and events and christenings, it's over 10,000.
All right. So what is there for a visitor to do here at the estate?
So the basic thing is a tour of the vineyards, to learn a little bit about how we cultivate the vines, a tour of the winery, an introduction into winemaking. The level depends on the amount of knowledge each visitor has, and then a sort of lesson in wine tasting.
So beyond the wine and the actual winery, what else is there for the visitor to do? Because you have like the honey and you have the olive grove and all the other things.
Well, exactly. They can do a walk around the entire property, which is about 1.5 kilometres. Depending on the time of year, if it's spring, there are a beautiful array of wildflowers. They can see the olive groves, the type of olives we have, learn a little bit about how olive oil is made, see the beehives where we produce the honey.
And can people take part as well?
Right time of year, that certainly with picking the olives, because that's easy. With picking the grapes, it's a little bit more difficult. With collecting the honey, they can't go near the beehives, but they can see how we collect it. And we have a very good program for children who can come and they can actually plant plants in the vegetable garden or pick vegetables which are ripe at the time. So, there's quite a variety. And as well as that, we have a lot of cultural events, charity events with various activities for children.
Okay, and I'm repeating myself, but I have to make this clear. How close are we to like the center of Athens?
Depending on the traffic, it's 25 to 45 minutes maximum to get out.
There you go. Okay, shall we taste some wines then?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have your typical white from the Savatiano grape, which is like the local grape. What's special about this wine?
Well, that's what I like about it, is that it is the local grape. The Savatiano is grown all over the wider Attica region. It's also the very first wine we ever produced.
Right, right. And what I like about this is that it's so easygoing. You can have it on its own, but you can have it with food, and it like goes with everything. Very kind of everyday, friendly, food friendly, really pleasant wine.
Absolutely.
I really like this. Okay, but then we go to my personal favorite, which is the rosé. I have a thing about rosé wines, and this is made from Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon.
That's right.
And what can you tell me about this rosé wine?
Well, for a start, there's a resurgence in rosés, so they're very popular, and this
Thank
has
God
been a very popular blend. It was my husband's inspiration.
Right.
He insisted on doing a rosé from the estate, which we never used to. I can't say that I was particularly in favour, but I'm very glad we've done it.
For me, rosé wines, and this is actually a typical example, are the ultimate crowd pleasers. They go with everything. You can have it throughout the day with such a huge variety of food. I mean, I think in a country, especially like Greece or throughout the Mediterranean, you could possibly even just drink rosé. I'm crazy about these wines.
Absolutely, it suits the climate, it suits the food, so
it's a lifestyle. You can sit outside, you can have a light meal. It's fantastic. And then we have a red wine, which is again a Cabernet and Merlot blend. And as we saw in the vineyards earlier, the area here is actually a terroir that's great for these French varieties, especially Cabernet Sauvignon. I mean, it's been quite a few years since you've been planting Cabernet Sauvignon here.
We planted in 1980, and it wasn't by chance. The Wine Institute had been doing experiments with Cabernet planted in this area and found that it was a terroir that really suited it. So yes, this is our flagship wine.
Yeah.
So it's my favourite. For me, it's a food in itself. It's it's a full wine, it's dense, it's very delicious.
True. I think the variety expresses itself so well in this particular area. Cabernet Sauvignon with the help of Merlot, and that makes it a wonderful all-around red wine. I want to thank you for your time and for your hospitality.
It's always a pleasure.
I always enjoy coming here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these bottles, if that's okay with you, because I'm off to a local taverna, and I'm going to enjoy them with some pretty serious food over there.
Right, well, enjoy your lunch and enjoy the wines.
Fantastic.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
You.
So back in the day, this entire area was nothing but grazing fields, which is why Stamata is famous for its red meat. And that's exactly what I'm going to have today and what's in store for everyone who comes here. So, if you liked what you saw, I only have 4 words to say to you. See you in Greece.